The Los Angeles Chargers are getting things done on both sides of the ball. While the defense is making strides with Brandon Staley at the helm and Derwin James finally healthy, the offense has a new look with Joe Lombardi dialing up plays. They're using motion to give coverage indicators and help the run game, tempo to keep defenses vanilla and off balance, and a ton of tight formations to help the run game and to attack the edges of the field. In fact, pre-snap, they have one of the shortest distances between the two widest receivers in the NFL. What tight formations do is add gaps in the run game and create space outside for quick throws and leverage advantages for the offense. Usually, tight formations mean using crossers like in the mesh concept. As a result, that prevents defenses from wanting to play man coverage against those formations because of the ability for the offense to rub them as they chase receivers across the field. While the Chargers do use those crossers, they predominantly use their tight formations to exploit the outside. With teams playing zone coverage, they can get out-leveraged to the flats. They have killed teams with their stick-flat spacing concept out of a balanced, tight formation. That concept creates natural rubs, lets Herbert get rid of the ball quickly, and exploits defenses aligned in zone. All Herbert needs to do is locate the flat defender. If they widen to the flat, he throws the stick right behind them. If they get caught up on the stick, there's now space outside to throw the flat and let the receiver turn the corner on the defense. They'll run the same concept out of multiple different formations, but the core of it is still the same. Locate the flat defender and work off of them to exploit the outside. In the Saints system, where Joe Lombardi cut his teeth, they would call the alignment to the bottom of the formation snug left, with the H-back off the ball while tight to the formation and the receiver 3 yards from the offensive tackle outside. That formation is one of their favorites to run the stick-flat combo from. What it does is give the Chargers leverage in two separate directions. What the stick route is trying to do is get in the path of the flat defender. Since this formation also adds run gaps to defend, that brings defenders inside and thus gives the outside stick leverage on the flat defender. That can then spring the H-back outside for easy yards in the flats. The concept itself is simple for the Chargers, and they've added wrinkles to it with the formations and by using wheel or rail routes to exploit defenders coming down hard to defend the flat. In Week 4 against the Raiders, Lombardi and the Chargers are running the stick flat to the single receiver side, with the running back running a rail route instead of getting to the flats. When you have Austin Eckler, who's a dynamic guy catching the ball, that can create a mismatch and get him isolated down the sideline away from the formational strength. Since the stick flat is such a simple read, that's where some of the Chargers' use of tempo can come in. The tight formations force defenses to have to communicate and transfer while making sure they're in good position so that they don't get out-leveraged. Against teams that like to do a lot of rotations and disguise coverages like the Chiefs do, tempo is incredibly effective. Here on the goal line, the Chargers use tempo and the Chiefs are completely caught off guard. They've left Mike Williams uncovered while trying to line up to defend the 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. The Chargers are running their stick flat concept. Nobody gets over the stick in time, and it's an easy touchdown for LA. They beat the Chiefs for 2 separate touchdowns using the exact same method and the exact same play both times. Now, the Chargers are in a double snug look while running with tempo, and the Chiefs are again out of position on the goal line. Defenders are scrambling and chasing the flats, which leaves the stick wide open for a touchdown. Tempo has absolutely killed teams, and the use of tight formations makes it even more difficult to defend. When they're under center with condensed formations, the Chargers will also work play action and their run game. Again, LA has hurried to the line, and Dallas is all sorts of messed up in how they're trying to align. Linebackers are scrambling everywhere, and then the Chargers run a play action off of a split zone and hit Mike Williams, who's wide open in the flats for a yard after catch opportunity. The Chargers do a great job of getting to the ball with some of their base concepts, throwing in a motion while the defense is still adjusting, and forcing coverage busts simply by getting to the ball fast. It's enough to make any defensive coordinator get into more vanilla coverages for fear of having guys out of position and blowing assignments. If you have guys looking at each other, not in their stances, and out of position, that creates easy opportunities for the offense. The other aspect of using tight formations is its utility in the run game. Extra players tight to the formation means extra gaps for the defense to control. Since teams want to play off coverage to prevent getting rubbed and picked from the tight formations, that gives the Chargers space to operate. There's some pure drop back in Lombardi's system, but he also uses similar structures as Shanahan and McVay with motion, outside zone, and play action. The tight formations allow that motion to hit quicker, stresses the defense horizontally since there's more space, and therefore opens up running lanes. When your run game, drop back game, and quick game, and everything in between can be run out of these condensed formations, it makes it really difficult for teams to defend. Now throw in the threat of play action passing and Herbert's ability to push the ball downfield, and you're really in a tough spot. One of the Chargers and Lombardi's favorite play action concepts is Yankee. Yankee is a two-man route concept that uses play action as a replacement for a third route. Yankee is almost always run out of a tight formation or heavy personnel so that the defense is forced to put defenders in the box and give a one safety look. All Yankee is a deep dig paired with a post from the opposite side. The play action pulls linebackers up to clear space for the dig, and if the safety crashes down to protect against that dig, the post is open up behind them. It's the perfect complement to the tight formations, sail concepts, and run game that the Chargers base out of. The Chargers are humming right now and sit atop the AFC West. They might not be blowing the doors off of teams statistically, but they're efficient, multiple, and getting Herbert into spots where he can make easy decisions and use every inch of the field. What Joe Lombardi has done with the offense has made the Chargers balanced and very difficult to plan for. He keeps his receivers clean, gives them space to operate, and ties in multiple concepts from his time in New Orleans and what he learned from his time in being the OC in Detroit. With Herbert playing at an elite level and fitting throws into inhuman windows, the Chargers might be competing for more than just the division crown. Hey guys, I appreciate you watching all the way through. Make sure you drop a comment. Let me know someone, a scheme, idea, person who you want to see broken down here in the future. I'm also releasing a speaking football course that goes over the basics of the language of football, what techniques are, what alignments are. So if you're interested in that, check out the link in the description.